this should be live. Hopefully it works. Right, it's saying it's live on YouTube. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this going like the video kind of thing. I usually just put a picture, but that seems to get boring while I need to get all this set up. I wish it could just be automatic, but it's really not. If I can figure out how to get it working. See, over here should be a live chat kind of thing, but we'll see if it works. Right, so this should be it. I can't see the chat at the moment, guys, so if you are out there, please do bear with me. Right, that should be connected now. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, it's popping up. I can see it. I can finally see the chat. Right, so how is everyone? You doing okay? I need to get the right window open again. We've got Nitro Max out in the chat, Shane, Jeff, Claire, Adam. Oh, Claire's had a fail of the week as well. And we got Ellen. Right, that's great. Hopefully my audio is working. Hopefully this all goes to plan. Should do. Let's link this up while I'm working at it. That's linked. Okay, right, let's just get into it now. We've got Neil out in the chat as well. Great to see you. Right, first up, there's a new challenge. Just want to check, yeah, that's all linked up as well. That's linked. This, yep, that's linked. Right, okay, it's linked. You can see the chat. If you're not watching live, like, this is all the live chat above my head now at the moment, obviously, as you can see. But anyway, first up, we got a video from the Heartwood MK. Now, he contacted me about this challenge, and I'm really glad he did, because it's really interesting. It's a new challenge, and it's called the 1 kilo of wood challenge. So, as you can gather from the name, you need to make anything, but only using 1 kilo of wood. Now, obviously, you can use less than that. That's the maximum. He has got like a file linked in the description of his video going through all the rules and what he wants to see and that kind of thing. But in his video he does a demonstration just showing just what you can make with only 1 kilo of wood. It's a really good video. There's a link down in the description to it. So get involved with the challenge if you can, share it around, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe as well, because I'm sure he's going to be doing some updates about the challenge as we go along. Next up, we've got Mr. Paul Wilmore. Now, his channel is Paul Wilmore's World of Wood. Now, he's getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can tip him over the edge. If you haven't subscribed to him already, make sure you go to the link down in the description, get subscribed, and click the bell icon next to his name, and that way you'll get notifications. As soon as he hits 1,000 subscribers, he's going to be running a giveaway. And as you can see, he's got a t-shirt, a pen, and some Yorkshire grit. That's a brilliant prize package. Congrats for getting this many subscribers, Paul. He's got fantastic videos, brilliant projects, really nice guy as well. I managed to meet him at UKIS a couple of years ago. It was great to see him there. So make sure you go and check it out, show him some love, and get subscribed as always. Can't wait for that giveaway, mate. Next up, we got Dirk Gibbons. Now, Dirk is over at Sumo's Projects. There's a link to his video in the description. He's made a fantastic kitchen/dining table. I really love the contrast that he went for with the legs. Really nice basic construction, pocket holes, but you can see it's really built to last, really solid. But by painting the legs, as you'll see towards the end, it really adds such a brilliant contrast compared to the rustic nature of the top. You can see it there. Go and check out the full video. He goes through it really well, step-by-step instructions. It's fantastic to follow along with what Dirk gets up to. And as always, get subscribed. Click the bell icon to get notifications, and you'll get a pop-up on your phone, get an email, all that good stuff. So it's well worth getting notifications for your favourite creators. Who else we got out in the chat? We got Jez, we got Jonathan, got Andy. You're not that late, mate. I've only been going for 4 minutes. I waffle on for much longer than this. Right, and lastly, for the highlights, we've got Slap Stuff Together. Now, this channel is like an Aladdin's cave of awesomeness. There's like that many different crafts going on here. Latest one, Heidi is making a nerd mug. She does a variety of them. Now it's like, I find it hypnotising to watch potters turn on a wheel, and I left a comment saying how it's making me want to give this a go. So get subscribed, there's a link in the description down below, but I'm going to skip towards the end so you can see some of the logos she ended up putting on them. Fantastic, as you can imagine. There's so many possibilities with mugs, but I'm really pleased with the ones that she went for. As you can see, Yoda there. I'm going to stop it there so you can go and check it out. She's got a variety of different ones, so if you know anybody who's a nerd, enjoys comic books, movies, make sure to check this one out. And I really want to give pottery a go if I can at some stage. It looks really enjoyable to do. But that's slap stuff together. Links in the description. Get subscribed, click the little bell icon for notifications and all that good stuff. Now this is where I failed last week. This should be your fail of the week. Fingers crossed.
Fail of the week. That was your fail of the week.
I think it worked. I think I've sussed it. Hopefully you'll let me know in the chat if that actually worked. Please say it did. Otherwise I've got excited for no reason. Ah, please, the tension. I'm going to guess it works until the chat catches up. I think it is, because I'm saying bad luck, Jeff. That is from Mr. Jeffrey Smith. Thanks so much for submitting that one this week, mate. His channel is linked down below underneath the fail of the week section, and there's also information there if you want to submit your own fail of the week, except pictures, videos, anything really, obviously to do with making. I just want to show we all fail. There's always things that go wrong, things that don't go to plan, and it's how we work around them really. He actually sent me another follow-up picture, and he's turned it round and he's got it all sussed out and it's figured out now, and it's going to actually be a video on his channel, so check the link out down below and get subscribed while you're at it. It seems to have worked, thankfully. Worked a treat, thanks Jez. I don't know what happened last week. See, I did this last week and I clicked it and it didn't work, but I figured it out this week, so at least from now on, fingers crossed, it should just go without a hitch. So let's get back to something else. I've actually got a competition this week. Yep, that's changed, and it's at Draper Tools. Draper have always got competitions going on. This one has been running for quite a long while, and there's a link down below, but it's basically drapertools.com/competitions. As you can see, they've got a variety of like previous contests that they've done, but this one is to win over £260 worth of tools, and it was opened on the 5th of October 2017, and it's closing on the 31st of March, so you've got plenty of time to get entered. That's why I haven't been mentioning it all that much. I think I mentioned this one a couple of weeks ago, maybe at the start of the year, but well worth checking out. That's a huge prize pot that you can win. It's just a case of getting signed up and clicking enter, and you're entered into the competition. Well worth it. Something I haven't looked at for a very long time as well is some kind of sale or promotion or something like that. This isn't a sale, but Lidl always have bargains when it comes to tools. There's a link down in the description to get to this page what I'm showing now, so you can check them all out. As you can see, chop saws, sanders, sandpapers, wrenches, drill bits, screwdrivers. There's a variety of different things, and something that actually caught my eye is this little Parkside disc sander. Parkside is the brand of tools that they always seem to have on offer at Lidl. I've spoken to a few people about this sander, to be honest. The only downside I can see, I've never used it obviously, being so small, it's going to be really easy to move about, but I can also see it being really easy to move about while you're using it, which wouldn't be great. So if you was going to use it, perhaps clamp it down or bolt it to something in some way, but £30, can't go wrong with that. And this torch also caught my eye, mainly because it's got the work light on the side. It's battery powered, and as you can see in the photo, I was thinking mainly for videos. I recently made that LED panel, and obviously that's quite big and bright, but for small areas where it's dark and if your camera can't really pick it up, £5.99 for a work light like that. But of course, if you don't make videos, it's something handy to have. Torches are always handy to just have in a drawer somewhere. Got Rizme out in the chat. Right, I'll get that question towards the end, mate, because I will be having a Q&A at the end of this video. So if you've got any questions, leave them out in the chat and I'll have to scroll back through them. So that's linked down below, sorry. Right, next up, events. We got Makers Central coming up. This is on the 5th and 6th of May. It's at the NEC in Birmingham. It's going to literally be like the biggest maker event of this year, and I can't wait to see what they do in future years as well. Can't wait to meet you all there. I've got everything booked up, all my tickets and booked, ready to go. Can't wait to see you all there. The weekend before Makers Central is Maker Fair UK. That's on the 28th and 29th of April. It's in Newcastle, up north. It's going to be great. There's going to be a YouTuber stall there for makers and stuff like that. That's all been organised by Alex Halfpenny, and that's Al's Hack Shack. You'll know him on YouTube. Fantastic guy. I've never met him in person, so I'm really looking forward to be able to meet him and shake his hand. There's going to be quite a few people there, I think, and like the list's growing all the while. So if you can make it, it'd be great to see you. It's going to be like a big couple of weekends, because it's Maker Fair on the one weekend, and then the following weekend it's Makers Central. So it's just going to be a great couple of weeks to get to meet everybody. Next up, I just want to say a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters. Really means a lot, guys. Honestly, I can't say thank you enough for everybody who supported me in this way. It goes really far to help with my materials and costs just to run the channel, kind of thing. I do just want to say though, like, I will always make these videos. Patreon isn't a necessity by any means. I will always make videos. I make videos because I love to make the videos and I love interacting with everyone. But if you did anything that is supported, it does really help out a lot. So for those of you that choose to support me that way, thank you so much. I do want to mention, before I get into the Q&A, you might notice I've got on the charity t-shirt. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who brought a shirt and shared it round and everything like that. I've noticed on social media the last couple of days people have been receiving them, which is great to see. And I was a bit nervous about the quality, but it's really good quality, really thick print, you can feel it, and it's a good quality material as well, so I'm relieved about that, if I'm honest. But people are sharing them on Instagram and Facebook. I've seen, if you wanted to have a look, like search Average Joe's Joinery, they've been tagging me in it. Search Average Joe's Photography as well, so you can get them popping up. Got a load of people sharing the pictures with them. I'm going to be putting a post up tomorrow about it, just thanking everyone as well. So thank you so much everyone who did get one. Right, now I'm going to get to the Q&A section. Now this is where I kind of waffle on, so if you're not watching live and you want to click away, I don't blame you at this point, because it's like I could be here all night kind of thing. Right, let's get back to that first question. Got a question from Rizmi out in the chat, and he says, "Hi Joe, I find it very hard to get ideas. Where do you get your ideas from?" And he's also put, "Love the content." Thanks, mate. Well, ideas is one of the most awkward things to try and explain to someone. Like, how can you explain inspiration in a way? I try and look at everyday things. I get a lot of inspiration from YouTube, of course, watching other YouTubers, seeing what they get up to. That always sparks ideas in my mind. For example, watching Heidi make those mugs, I want to do pottery now. But away from that side of thing, away from the world of making, I literally look at everything in everyday life, and my mind will pick it apart and take it to pieces and figure out how it was made. And often in that process, I'll then be thinking of how I could take aspects of that and apply it to something else, and that spawns off into a project. I might see a picture that I like online, I might watch a TV program, see something there, and that spawns an idea. Best way I can say it is just keep an open mind. Don't go out thinking I've got to come up with an idea. Often I'll come up with what's considered my better ideas when I'm not trying. It'll just come to me and I'll think, yeah, I'm going to make that. And often what I don't find that great, people really enjoy. So try and keep an open mind. That's the best I can really say for you, mate. We got Jez saying that he got his shirt Thursday morning. That's great. Little is a bargain. Is there any other questions? We've got avid listener. Where do you recommend getting hardwood from in the UK? Right, well, I'll use 3 different places. If I would always sooner buy in person, obviously, but that's not always possible. A good place that I do buy in person is Arnold Laver. Now, if you go onto their website, you can just Google Arnold Laver, it'll come up, top search. They've got a section on the website where it shows their warehouses. They seem to be dotted all over the country. The closest one to me is in Birmingham. It's like about a half-hour drive up the road, so it's not too bad. ring in advance, make sure they've got what you want. They don't actually list on the website the hardwoods they do, which I think they really need to get updated. But I've brought walnut from them, I've brought maple from them. They've got really competitive prices. If you want to buy online, I use slhardwoods.co.uk and Exotic Hardwoods UK Limited. Now those are both great retailers. I've used them both quite a lot in the past. As you can imagine, Exotic Hardwoods UK Limited, more specialised to your exotic woods. They do a lot of blanks, smaller items, but they do full size boards as well. SL Hardwoods does full size boards. You have to buy a minimum of 2.4 metres and 3.6 metres depending on the species, I think it is. But again, like, that's quite a low minimum for buying hardwoods, and the delivery is really reasonable as well. It's often 10, 15, 20 pound, which does sound a lot, but if you look at other sites, you have to buy like £1,000 worth of wood, and then it's another £100 and odd to have it delivered. So those are the best that I've found. I'm always on the lookout for new places as well, but that is the best that I've found so far, so do check those out. Let's have a look if we've got any other ones that I may have missed. Yeah, we got a comment there, Nitromax, just saying that second-hand furniture can be a good way to get some hardwoods. That's a great tip. Checking your local Facebook selling pages, checking like home bargains, not home bargains, what's it called? Is it discount? I've gone blank now. This is a good thing, because if people are still interested, let's see if I can find it. What's it called? It's some, oh, I know, used. I'm going to have to show you used Wolverhampton, but it should be this website, used Wolverhampton. You should be able to have one for your local area. So I'm sure there'd be a used London, a used Nottingham, wherever, obviously. And check these, there's got even free listings. So if we have a look live, see what people are offering up for free. Shabby sheet corner unit. Got some firewood. Let's have a look, what have they got? Hopefully no hardwoods are. I'll let them burn that. But anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, those kind of sites are great. eBay as well, have a look on eBay. There's always stuff going cheap there. Freegull and Freak Cycle, we got Nitromax mentioning as well. So yeah, there's plenty of great places like that. We've got South out in the chat as well. Great to see there, and Pete Bunker. Next door social media websites. I'll have to check that out. I think that's it then as far as the questions. I don't think I've missed any. I've been going for 17 minutes now. I'm glad that fail of the week worked. I'm still trying to think of other things to add into the show, because I do feel like it's missing something. If you have got any ideas, let me know. And as always, you can get in contact with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email. I've actually put the links on the screen at the moment. They should be in the description as well if you're struggling to find them. But thank you all for joining me live, especially. Sorry, Nitromax has asked, would I recommend a wood conditioner? This is the trouble. I really don't want to give out any bad advice, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I kind of make on that I do, but it's not something I want to be. Like, I'm not a professional by any means, so I don't want to give out wrong advice. I've never used a wood conditioner before. I'm going to be using some basic like either creosote or just like, what's it called? So this is a trouble, my mind goes blank. We call it splosh, and I said this last week, and I don't know what the proper name is for the life of me now, because that's all I ever call it. It's wood preserver, what you put on a shed or fences, basically. That's all I will ever use. We got another one, avid listener. Got impact versus hammer drills. Right, well, both really. I know you can use either or. If you're going to have one, get a hammer drill. If you're going to get two, get the impact and the hammer drill. Obviously, hammer drill, you can drill through masonry as well as your wood, metal, all that stuff, obviously. And of course, you can put a screwdriver bit in and use it as a screwdriver. But when it comes to screwing and putting bolts in and stuff like that, you won't beat the torque of an impact driver. And it's also a lot harder to strip the heads using an impact driver, because it stops and starts a lot. So as the torque starts to increase, instead of skipping, it'll cut the motor and do it a little bit. That's the best way I can explain it. I don't know what I'm talking about really, but that's how I explain it. But yeah, I never used to use an impact driver, and then I brought the Ryobi one to go with my drill, and it was like, how did I ever do without this? So if I was buying a brand new kit, I'd go and buy a double like get a combi drill that's got a hammer mode and an impact driver for sure. They both got their own decent qualities. Will I ever, or have I ever worked with metal? I have worked with metal. I did a coffee table. I welded it, and I did enjoy it because it was like I didn't have to put too much thought into the joinery. It's basically stick the metal together and weld it. But I learnt a lot from that project. It was the first time I'd ever welded, and it looked all square. Well, it was square. I put a square to it, and it was square, in all fairness. Put it on the floor, and it was twisted. So people had told me, because I'd basically clamped the metal together and welded it all in one, and I got some advice to say that I was basically best to tack it, let it cool down, and then finish off the weld. Apparently I'd overheated it, which had warped the metal a bit. So I'd learnt there. I do want to do more, but obviously it's getting the time to do it and the money as well. And I also did a copper pipe dining table with Evolution Power Tools, and that is hands down the worst thing I have ever made. I soldered it all together, and it was solid when it was outside, and we carried it up like back to do some more filming, and I put the top on, and it was just side to side, and I was fretting because like I was over with Evolution, first time I'd ever been to their headquarters meeting them. They're really nice guys over there, and them there standing watching me, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I've never done this before. And then we had to go and buy some more copper joints that like just pushed together so I didn't have to solder again. And I was thinking, these should work, put them on. It was even worse. I was like, oh no. I sorted it in the end, but it was like one of those moments I just wanted the earth to open up and swallow me whole kind of thing. Red Smith's asking, recommended meal for Birmingham aside from fish and chips. If you're in Birmingham, you've got to have a curry. Birmingham is famous for its curries. A lot of people, obviously, it's got its origins in India, but if you look at like the best curries in the world, half on them and down the curry mile in Birmingham. So in Birmingham, have a curry. Chicken tikka masala was invented in Birmingham. So if you're going to pick anything, pick that. It's not too hot, not too spicy, it's got a lot of flavour. If you have it done properly and it's done in a tandoor oven, perfect. So that's what I would recommend. But of course you can't go wrong with good old fish and chips. I've just seen Andy's comment about the curry. You got to have curry. Just reading through. What else we got? Oh, we got so excited for Pancake Day. I always forget when Pancake Day is. It's one of them where you turn the evening news on and they'll show the local primary school doing pancake flipping, and then you realise, oh, I've missed it. You're right, Jim. See, I've been waffling on again. It's 22 minutes. Oh yeah, the title. I've got the title, The Shed's almost done. See, I've completely forgot to mention that. I got the doors done today. I've got the locks on, got the hinges on, and I've started posting on Instagram stories. I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, but it's easy. Like, I can just pull my phone out, do a quick video or picture, and it'll only last for 24 hours. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go and follow me. I'll show you how I actually put the locks on, and I've used coach bolts as security, because of course if it's put on with screws, if they want to break in, they can just undo the screws and get in easily. So I've done that on the hinges and on the locks as well. Jim's asking if I've ever been to Dilkey Arms. I've never heard of it. I've never been, mate. I've been to the Crooked House, which is basically, it's a pub that's subsided really bad, so it's literally on a tilt like that, and you go in and you feel like you're drunk before you've even had anything. But there's a windowsill that you can put a marble on it, and it looks like it's running uphill. It's really weird. That's the Crooked House. Alternative to fish and chips in Birmingham is chips and fish. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I could go on forever. Thank you everyone for sticking around and watching for this long. I'm glad it went smoother this week. Like I say, I'm going to best to leave it there. Should be a couple of days and the shed video will be out for the doors. I'm debating whether after the roof's done, whether to do another separate video talking about the costs or include the cost breakdown in with the roof. I'll have to see how the edit goes on it and see how the time falls, but it's getting there. It's been hailing and snowing as well again today, so I had to like dart in and jump back outside to get that finished, but I got there in the end. So that's it then, guys. Check out the links all in the description, especially all the YouTube links, the fellow creators. Go and show them some love. Spread the word of this great community around and get subscribed and all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you're watching this not live and you've watched it all the way through to now, you deserve a medal. Thank you so much. I'm going to say ta-ra then, guys. And I'll see you next week at 7 PM UK time. Fingers crossed.